Thank you to everybody who's tuning into my live art experience. If you appreciate art and you want to get to know more of my artist journey and more about why I create art, consider subscribing so you can continue to experience a living artist journey. As well, I'd love to know how these pieces make you feel in the present moment. What types of emotions do they evoke? I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. If you would like to get to know more about my work, consider subscribing so you can get to experience a living artist and join my ongoing lives to get to know me and my art more as time goes on. I'd love to get to know everybody who's tuned in, who's tuning in. How you doing, Unlocking? I'm doing well. How about yourself? Ooh. Oh, I love that art piece that you posted as well. Did you put resin on that as well? It looks nice and glassy and glossy. I love that abstract. I love the home. How you doing today, Unlocking?
See, I don't.
It doesn't have resin in it. But I probably should have used it. It was like alcohol ink, multi-surface acrylic, glitter, gold, metallic acrylic. I'm doing okay. It's been a rough couple of days, but I'm doing my best. That's good to hear. I'm sorry to hear that, though. Hope it gets better. You're weak. And that's why it looks nice and metallic and glass light from my end. I'm just seeing it right now. Alcohol, that's fire. I like somebody else posted their artwork as well. His name's Jordan under my community section. I like that you posted, or you and you and Jordan posted some artworks. Keep doing that. I like to see everybody else's art and what they're working on. How you doing, Oscar? I'm still learning mixed media stuff, but I stopped painting. I've started to do alcohol ink, acrylic a lot. Okay, that's dope. Keep going with your heart. Yeah, of course I remember Oscar. How are you, man? I appreciate you tuning in. I'm just finishing off these 3 pieces for this impromptu live study. I mean, it's not so impromptu currently. I mean, But this is the current 3 pieces, a part of the current live series going on that I'm working on. Based off of community interaction, off of live streaming and creating art and interacting with you guys. We're all the art piece involved in what's going on right now. I like your stream. I appreciate it, Oscar. Thank you. I appreciate everybody who's been showing love since I've started going live more recently over these past 3 weeks, and especially the last 2 weeks since this series officially started coming together as far as its own series alone, to separate it from what I first intentionally was going to do. But it made sense to go the path that I'm going now with this current study. I feel like there isn't a lot of art out there where you can experience it being created at the same time you have other art enthusiasts like yourself just interacting and enjoying art, sharing your art with each other. Like Unlocking, she just shared an art piece that she created on my community post section as well. So you could check that out. You could check that out as well. The bottom one is my favorite though. Thank you. For these 3, I use the same color palette. Every time I'm done making a sketch, for me, the next day, it always looks different. It just looks like a completed thought, you know? Or a completed thought in this case, but knowing that the next piece is just a progression of this thought or a new thought. There's beauty and anxiety looking at your own work as it evolves, just because of the journal like diary aspect. I like the colors, no worry at all. Just wanted to let you know I am a guy, but I appreciate it. Yo, oh shit, I'm sorry, yo. I'm so used to I have to stop doing that. Consciously, I have been not saying that, just going based off of the at name, because I'm just used to. I have to get used to not assuming. So I do apologize for that. I didn't mean that. That was like the first time that I did that. I just keep calling you Unlocking, and then I call everybody, obviously their username, unless otherwise, yeah, unless I actually, know, and so I do apologize for that. I apologize again. I've done that before, but I usually correct myself because, like I said. Oh. No worries at all, though. Just wanted to let you know. For sure. Thank you. Oscar, are you an artist as well? Nah, I appreciate you pointing that out, though, because it's not right to to say that and like assume, especially on things like that. You can't go live and just start that's why it's better to go based off of the at names always. But the great thing, you know what I look at though? Even when you look back at this live, that's like the art of human existence, Like even in life, sometimes we assume, things without actual context, and it gives you a lesson within that moment. Like, okay, you know, it's my most detailed piece I've ever done. One of my drawings is that it's probably my best. Brings me down to look at, so I keep it in. You know, in the beginning when I first started, I was the same way, and I'm still kind of like that with my like journals and sketchbooks. It's been hard to like go in there a lot. It's easier now, but it's still always gonna have that place regardless. But one of my paintings was like that, and I officially gave it, to my father along the way a couple years ago because he connected with it a lot. But it's like one of those, and then now it's hung up. I gotta look at it all the time, like, and it's along that way. So yeah, I get it. Trust me, you're a good artist. So, thank you, Oscar. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm glad you connect with my work and me as an artist as well. Thank you. Yeah, I can tell. I can tell from my end all the detail that that painting has. Do you paint on canvas or do you paint on loose canvas? This is just a random question. Do you ever feel like you don't have enough canvas? Is that a reason why maybe sometimes you don't feel like you're creating as much as you want? I paint on pre-made canvas. Okay. It's just a random question. I should learn how to make my own. That is a great skill. Now, I don't even making like your own per se. Like for instance, this is loose canvas. I mean, this is loose canvas, but this is from a bigger canvas like this. This was just scrap at the end. But I don't frame all my loose canvases. I just paint on my loose canvases, and when I'm done with the piece, unless I need to frame it for the most part, but I roll them up. They're just easier, or keep them stored flat until you need to frame it actually, and it's easier because you can create a lot more. You're not you're not constrained by just buying pre-made canvases all the time. And if the goal is just to create, man, just get a whole big canvas roll and just keep it there. It'll last you a long time. Fairly inexpensive too. Until you start getting to the framing end. Truthfully, it's been a combination of things, but a lot of times, like my mental. Okay, I understand that. I will still. Okay, so it's not like it's like my mental. I get that. That's a feeling. That's a feeling I can go in depth more within myself. Another live or so, but I definitely feel that. But that's good. I mean, everybody has a reason to create, and I I think I see that art for you. You want to be in good places when you're creating art, as far as stuff that like you're feeling and you're creating with your. You want to feel good during that process, and I see that like when you're having like just downtime, when you're going through those periods of just feeling down, you do other things. It seems like games or other things, and that's dope. Like that's your getaway. So that's dope. You don't have to go to art when you're feeling down. It's great to go to art when you're feeling great. Like, if anything, it's a power, like, to be able to go through dark moments in life, or go through your traumas in life, and to be able to, for me at least, right, to be able to reconnect with those moments without reliving those moments. You get what I'm saying? In a great light, like I'm in a great mood, but I might be honing in on past experiences, just reflecting and showing that in my art. And for me, it's just shows experience. But for you, that's dope too. Like I like going at art, both ways, and that's fine. I don't know if that makes sense. How you doing, Phil? Thank you for tuning in. I just don't want to create a painting that may be depressing. Nah, I hear you. In the beginning, and up still, I have, if anything, most of my paintings are coming based off of my emotions. So my daily depressions or my mental health struggles that I go through, I put that in my work. I embrace that because I know there's other people out there who can relate to that or can take something from that and say, look at this artist creating his light through his dark. At least that's my message that I want displayed. So for me, that's important to display. That's the only reason I create. I wouldn't have any other reason to create if it wasn't for that purpose. Besides me being naturally attracted to creating in general, I need to have a purpose as to why I'm doing it in the first place. Otherwise, it just feels like a purposeless task, or for me at least. But at the same time, sometimes we can also look at things with purpose, and sometimes there's no purpose in it at all. We're just searching for some purpose, and that's a whole other conversation. But you'll always know what's purposeful and what's forced purpose. I think you are more comfortable with your process and your 100%. I Yeah, I definitely am. I just, for me, as I've gotten older, but also, um, have gone so many years as an artist, I have learned to just go with the flow. Like when you're searching for something to be this masterpiece, it it makes no sense because you got to let go of your own heart at the end of the day, because nobody can determine what somebody else wants in their home or what somebody else might find attractive or this or that. Like at the end of the day, to me, I feel like I'm creating a whole story. And who knows? One day I create a my own show and show all my work. And Unlocking Paradoxes is in the building, and Filth is in the building. I'm doing well, Filth. How are you doing? And now I have a story, you know what I'm saying, that I built because I continue with a journey that I wanted to continue to tell, no matter the outcome. Just trying to appreciate the processes of whatever you're doing. Because at the end of the day, you can have grand visions and grand dreams, but if you're not passionate about, if you're not doing something in the present moment, nothing can ever happen, even if something was meant to happen. Just go with the flow. But those are different conversations. Like you don't always have to create or do something for an outcome. You could just do things to feel good, and that's the great thing. Like that's what we need to do. It just happens that the one thing that I love doing is also the one thing that I also get enjoyment out of. I'm able to express myself from it. It's Instead of watching TV, I like to create art. So for me, it's the hobby, it's the passion. It's also um utilizing it to live off of as well. Like, so for me, it's the grand scope of things. But you could find that if you're a nurse and that's your day to day, or you're a travel nurse and that's, what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just live within your passions, and, or, you just are one with one. How you doing, Noah? Good to see you back. I'm glad you're tuning. Glad you tuned back in, brother. Fuck. Nah, I just finished saying that. But anyway, I'm learning though. Appreciate you back in, Noah. But nah, I call everybody brother. You could be my brother, sister. I'm calling my sister my brother, my sister my. Well, I never call my brother my sister, but that's good to hear, Noah. I'm glad you're tuning back in for the art, for the conversation. I don't know if you've met Unlocking Paradoxes or Filth. What's going on, Filth? And Oscar as well, if he's still in here. I love your new art that you did. Thank you, Noah. Have you ever thought making custom backpacks? You want to see something funny? I've done all of that. No, but no, not So I've never actually made a printed like custom backpack. I've made what's it called? I've made mock-ups, but I've painted on bags. But these have been for myself though. This one's not done. This one I was just painting on top of a bag, but this is just an example. Well, there's no paint on the back. I don't know why I'm showing you the bag. It's a Britney Spears bag. It says Britney, bitch. And then I painted on it. I like painting on different clothing, different I like repurposing clothing. That's what I first started off doing in 2016 and 2015. I was repurposing clothing in 2013, but in 15 and 16, that's when I was painting on clothing and repurposing intertwined. But I do want to produce more of that. In 2016, I was sewing handmade bags that I kind of want to bring back, tote bags on canvas. And then I was so I was cutting up canvas and then making tote bags, hand sewing that, and then hand embroidering the tote bag, and then giving out the tote bag to a collector near me with this distressed shirt and hand painted shirt as well that I did for him back in 2016 too, yeah, because 2017 I had moved to Florida. So, and then now everything's coming into full circle. I feel like I'm just more of me as an artist, you know? Sometimes you need to go around the earth to come back to you, and still learning life, like still trying to figure shit out. Never thought I'd be here when I was there, and now I'm here looking back like, oh, that's what they meant. Okay. But you don't got all the answers though. What he said? Kanye said, but you don't have all the answers. So we're here. So I appreciate everybody who's tuned in. That would be fire though. Yeah, we definitely got to do some more of that. But also like I do commissions as well. So art has no rules. 100%. I don't wait and it don't leave. Yup. Art has no rules, man. Look, I said art doesn't need any more artists. So just be passionate about your art, and that's it. Make art. Like art don't need me. I need art. Art don't need me at all. The art world don't need me. I need art. uh yeah, but also I do commissions as well. So like if somebody wanted a backpack or something, then we would go through something like that. I've never done a commissioned backpack, but if that was like something of interest, somebody wanted that or whatever, then we would just go through like the backpack recommendation anyway. If I were to do a backpack like that, I would do a canvas bag. So what's that bag over there? I have it's canvas. That's a beautiful quality backpack too to paint on. I'm about to paint on that black bag too. Uh, no problem, Noah. I appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate you tuning in as well. Obscura. I read the at name wrong. I was just reading. We don't need perfect lines and values. We need meaning. 100%, fam. I mean, look, I don't even want to say it like that because that sounds I appreciate all art. I think if you know what I'm saying, if if something that, you know, is perfect in the eyes, you know, let's say geometry wise, just as an example, and that means something to the artist and the artist displays that, or the artist um exemplifies that, you know, within his voice or her voice, then it's meaningful. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not, you know, somebody else calls it unmeaningful, but like, but it's true though. Like when I go into art, in the beginning I was like, damn, there's just certain things, you know, because I went into art as an art therapy, so anything that I learn uniform is just me learning along the way. And when certain things didn't come as easy, I'm like, damn, other things came as easy, and then certain things don't, and then some things do. But then you learn that, oh, I have what I'm good at, and everything else are just kind of like you learn and you pick at things that fit you. And sometimes certain things just don't fit. Like I don't have the patience for certain type of to do certain things, so I just don't do it. Call me Jimit. How you doing, Jimit? Have a good one, Noah. Thank you for tuning in to my live art. I'm just finishing these up. You know, I was making these, and you know, I was just having the thought. I'm listening to some podcasts, and I was listening to a little bit of some J. Cole's new album, whatever. The point is you know, as we're talking, like I'm just thinking about just experience, life in general, and we are all human, and that's it. Like it's broad. I'm not gonna go in depth what that means to me or what, but my thought process while I was making this is we are all human, and that's it. Like no need for me to go in depth with that because, you know, that's it's a broad thing. I think everybody should just reflect on what that is for them. Craftsmanship can discourage. It's just an expression. I meant Jim. Oh, what's going on, Jimmy? I thought Jimmit. The gummies just hit it too hard. I hear you. That was fun. I called you Jimmit too, but hey, that's art. I remember the time I was making abstract art. And like I said, there's just times you want to do things and sometimes you don't want to do things. But overall, if you're doing abstract art, there's no need to try to go like, you know, just do the perfect. If that's your intention, right? If that's your speed, like there's times like I'll do that, but now it's just like, all right, now let's get what I need to get out, and then we can worry about if it needs to be a little bit more uniform or not. But lately I've been making everything a little bit more extra. We're trying to, and then display that elsewhere. At least that's what I'm giving you behind the scenes currently with my drawings. Because for me, these are my sketches. These are my immediate thoughts. Like I say, well, one would sit down and sketch. This is my sketching process. This is my journal. process that I take onto larger scale canvas paintings like this one here. This is like a 60 or 70 inch. I have a lot of canvases that size, but they're not all based off of, you know, when I'm creating, when I don't go on a canvas and start recreating this piece. But these allow me to get so many different depictions of what I envision the world to be, or, you know, and expand from that vision into different thoughts or whatever I want to display at that moment, whatever series or collection or. I'm glad everybody's enjoying themselves, though. The art of this study is not only me creating live, but it's everybody in the chat, everybody who tunes in and interacts with each other, starts to get to recognize each other's at names and like, oh, what's up, fam? Like, that's part of the art study, like the human interaction while art is being created with the artist. I don't know how many. I would love to experience that for myself as a fan of art with other artists who I really, really like, but I have not found that yet. It's not, I mean, I'll find interviews or whatever, you just find people, but I've never experienced live. So I hope you guys do appreciate this in some way or the other. And shout out to YouTube for allowing us this platform, right? You know, there's a lot of people along, you know, I'm older now, but when YouTube first came out, they were like, YouTube this, YouTube that. You find negative everywhere if you're going to find it. The algorithm will give you what you want. Apparently, everybody who's tuning in wants art, possibly, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, is an art enthusiast, is an artist. Like, that's why you guys are here, for the love. But, you know, I'm still laughing about that, though. That was a good one. We're just going to finish it off with a green and the halo there. With some green. Finish this one off with a baby blue in the halo. We're going to leave this one. That one's completed. Everything's completed as far as this piece, except for the mouth, actually. Unlocking Paradox is really connected with this piece. So I feel like that's completed. That's my thought. It's also appreciated. So why not let it stay appreciated in the form that it's in right now? That's the whole point of this as well. Anything can happen. I appreciate you connecting with these pieces, Paradoxes. We're just going to leave it like that. This is my thought for this live, or at least for this session. We are all human. Take it for what it is. Exactly. I search out other artists, and it's their energy more than anything that keeps me around. Yeah, me too. I was just explaining that to other people when they ask me, like, what art do I like, or what artist do I like? I'm old school Bob Ross energy with dark paintings. Hey, I like that. I call my paintings, in the beginning, everybody was like, yo, your paintings are dark, bro. Like, it took me a while. Like, and I know because I was expressing as an art therapy, but it took me a while to understand that because it's an art therapy for me, what you deem as dark, it's me expressing the light through that darkness. So when you look at it in a perspective like that, it can't be dark anymore, because everybody has dark moments in life. Everybody has experiences, and you should recognize those for what they are, and learn to do what you have to do to get past those experiences, if that's what you want, or to make those experiences less heavy in your own head. Whatever it is, I don't know, but this is my way. And speaking out loud with you guys, speaking my thoughts through my art live is also an art therapy too within itself. It's group therapy, really, if you really want to, you know what I'm saying? Happy little inner demons and all facts. Yup. Just gonna go with the black. Oh. I play with paint till I see the inner demon peeking out, and then I drag it into the light and lock it onto a canvas. Sounded like a poem. Anybody who's tuning in, I'd love to know if any of these pieces here evoke any emotions with you, with yourself at this moment. If you want to share your thoughts, you don't have to. But I definitely invite it as well, if you're open. No, Bobby, I'm not. That's the Rory and Maul podcast, guys. I don't just randomly say, no, Rory, I'm not. In case you guys wanted to know. Now I'm just gonna go. Gonna do a one piece there, one flow. Lately I've been working on a lot of small square pieces like this on 8 by 8 inches. The last few pieces I've been working on have been based off of using the same palettes. With the same thought in that immediate moment, just kind of giving it that unity. That true expression of like getting through something, right? It doesn't usually end with that one thought. Sometimes we have to go through multiple days, weeks, months process that thought. So for me, it's like creating through that one thought in multiple ways and seeing it through in different ways. In this case, in 3 different perspectives with the same thought, or right, same thought that I'm having in the moment, same flow. But instead of just one piece, why not continue the flow within it? This is how I normally work when I'm not on live, so I wanted to incorporate that a lot more on live to show you the real, even more realistic process, even off of live when I am working on different canvases. I like to work on multiple canvases at once to expand on that flow and thought process at that moment. And then sometimes, just want to work on one piece as well. It's all about the moment. Excuse me. Do you get the flow? Time warps. I'll get in the flow and look up and be, oh, it's Tuesday. Damn. Their eyes looking at me. Challenging me to a duel. I see them. They see me. Yeah. I do see. Yeah, I see that. I can see it like a game. Happy little inner audio. No. Yeah, I definitely do. But I get that in general. I lose my keys. That's not because I'm inspired. It's because my mind is bugging. And I need to slow down. Like, for the most part, when I go through those experiences, feels weird. Losing track of time. But it feels good. Depends, though. It depends on how the time has been lost. Was it reflected on? Was it wasted on? Do you feel like it was wasted on, rather? Was it just a good time? I know I said I wasn't, but it needs white there. And that's it. I love hearing other people explain how they feel when they look at my art, because for instance, when I'm creating something and it's really based off of something that I'm really going through that's just real personal to me, and for somebody else to look at it and see, something else that's unrelated, for me it's an interesting moment, right? Because I created it with that feeling, yet somebody else is seeing something else within their own experiences. And it's dope because it's like it's hard to talk to somebody, explain your feelings, and then you're trying to see yourself within their experience. Then it kind of feels like, that's a little weird. But if you were talking to a friend and they painted something for you, and then you saw your own experience through their experience and forgot their experience, all of a sudden it feels light because they painted it, so you kind of forgot it. It almost changed the whole, it changes the whole emotion, right? Perspective wise. Like if I tell you the most gruesome, horrible story that'll make you cry in my personal life, and I told you in person, you probably would cry. If I told you that same story in an art piece and didn't tell you the story with words, but just showed you my art piece of how I felt and said nothing more, you would come with me maybe and said, "Oh wow, this reminds me of when I walked my dog last week," and not knowing that last week was the first time my doctor told me that hey kid, you have GAD, generalized anxiety. What the fuck does that even mean? You just giving me names now? Yeah, yeah. It's all perspective. Much love and respect to you and the artists here. Much, yes, yes. Bro's an artist as well. His art's real good. I checked it out. Very detailed. Kind of gives you that fresh fresh perspective. I love it. I love it because I see what I see in others' works, and for me, when I connect with others who create art and and their purpose for the art is meaningful, is just as meaningful as it is, for my art, as it is to myself. How can you not, you know, connect? I mean, at the end of the day, art really is just about connections and feelings. Anything past that is is irrelevant to what art really is in essence. It's to conversate, it's to express yourself as the artist and then have conversations in many ways. And the beautiful thing today in this age is that we have the internet. Ain't that something? Although we've had it for such a long time and I've loved the internet for such a long time, it's good to amplify that aspect because so many people love to focus on the negatives instead of focusing on the positives of the internet or social media or whatever you want to call this side of the internet. Which is just want to do line. Embracing the lines a lot, like from when I first started. It's very childlike. But when it's done with intention, it feels so much different. This is not Apple, by the way. Oh shit. See? Perspective. I was supposed to be a face the other way and it's the face this way. Random art on an Apple packaging. Everything can be utilized for good or for evil. It's up to you how you use it. Yup, it's the argument of are bad. If it isn't, it's the person behind it not have intention that is. Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, I'm not gonna go into my thoughts on that stuff, but yeah, it's true. It's just like anything, man. Well, I don't want to say it's like anything, but yeah, it's always gonna be the intention behind something. If you're giving if you're giving anything to anybody, you're giving them, and you're saying you can use this at free will, and it's your choice to use, then it becomes your choice. Unless the choices become conflicted with lawful choices and unlawful choices, then that, my friend, is something else. But not so, yes. No, you're just trying to make a point. That's not really. That's not political. Man, touching back on what Obscura said. Yeah, about the flow, and you wake up and it's Tuesday. What I will say is though, is that when I'm creating art, time goes by quick, very quick. Like 1 hour, I mean 30 minutes goes by. 1 hour goes by and it feels like it's been 30 minutes, or 4 hours go by and it feels like it's been an hour when you're really in your flow, you know? That's one thing. Sometimes it slows up time too, and it feels like it's going by quicker than it actually is, because you're just creating, and like, and if you don't have a clock and you're not looking at the clock, you're just in your own perception of time. And that's the beautiful thing too about time. Like, what's up, Amina? Thank you for tuning in. I'm doing well. uh yeah, that's the beautiful thing about like time. I've been playing with the word time in a lot of my works, a lot in the past 2 years, especially the past year, consciously. Like, what do you guys feel about time? What's your perspective on time? I'm plotting my. I don't. Amina. What's it called? Uh, I wasn't silent yesterday. I had a more silent, intimate, you know, stream session, as I did earlier as well when I created these three. But there was interaction as well. Um, and in the future, there will be more. You know, there will be more live streams that are gonna be, you know, interactive and silent, at least from my end, at least. But I do invite everybody to interact with each other and engage in conversation and art and things like that, and just whatever, you know, positive, whatever positive vibes you want to extend into the chat as well. But like when I'm doing larger works and things like that, um, and then of course we're always gonna have lives where we're really interacting and just getting to know each other and the art, and just, yeah. So I feel like our perception of time is affected by mental states, yeah, and whether or not you're paying attention to it. Yeah, that's a good one. Debate on if water boils faster. That's hilarious. Yup. Have a good one, Amina. I hope I see you soon. I wasn't ignoring you guys. Oh, my face freeze like that. That was so weird to see my face frozen on the screen like that. So if I looked, if my face just looked surprised, I was looking at my own face frozen, like on the screen with my mouth open and looking crazy. Just frozen in time. I was like, what? So my bad, y'all. Oh, no. It was frozen on your guys' end, too? I made the crazy. I mean, it froze me on the craziest motion, too. It didn't even wait till my mouth closed. Like, say, guns up, cheese. Like, yo, that one's going out online. Like, YouTube's clipping me or something on the low. Respect the artist. Don't be clipping the artist looking funky. Um, the live is out there, y'all. But we don't need no funky clips. The live's already live. I need to go buy a new marker, black marker when I'm out. Wait. I mean, I still need to. But wait. Nature times did yours seem longer? You know, I'll be honest, probably shorter. I feel like, I mean, I'm not like a history expert, but I feel like when I feel like when I reflect, not ref, well, as I'm reflecting like on certain history stuff that I've listened to in the past, I feel like everything always felt like they utilize their time a lot better than we do as individuals. But that's because we have more distractions. It is the truth. I mean, as I get older, it is, you know, the more distractions you have, the more you feel like you're missing out on something. Like TV. If you didn't have if you did not have a TV in your home, you'll feel like you was missing out on life, bro. You'll feel like you was wildin'. You got a phone, but you'll feel like you was missing out. I mean, there was a point where I didn't have cable, and people were like, "Damn, you don't have cable?" But literally, bro, in 2016, I mean 2017, everything was already so like everything you had streaming, like you didn't need that, right? So yeah, it really is. It really is. I feel like back in the day, yeah, it just felt like people utilize their time a lot more. Like not missing a TV show is not the end of life. Like it's not the end of time. It's not the but it is a waste of time, I'll be honest. Like if if all you do is that and you're not um you know, that's just me, you know. What did they do back in the day when they didn't have a TV, bro? Like they engaged in other things that were purposeful, meaningful, not even purposeful and meaningful, but they were active, and then out of that action, purpose and meaning came out of that action because they were putting in action in places, you know, that were making them active in life, like literally. If all you do is want to paint on something, maybe, and just miss a TV show, that's okay too. That slows up time. I love, like TV and things like that, but I like doing that while I'm, creating for me. Like I can't that can't be for me. It's not a daily, like I could never daily just is too for, I don't know. I need something else to do while I'm doing that. I'm still shit. I feel like many of us are still figuring out time in our own life. As much as we think about time, that's like that's the only thing in our life that we can't stop is time. Well, I don't want to say that's the only thing, but that's one of the guarantees at least. Like definitely gonna get old. You don't know when you're gonna go, but you're definitely getting older. Like, cause tomorrow you're older. Next, matter of fact, I'm already older right now, cause it just turned 1:26 p.m. 1:25. I was something, but now I'm getting older, cause it turned. Time is turning. I'm just glad that Stadium houses sports now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely different period for sure. Yeah, time has changed so much. When you look at history, it almost makes you feel like time isn't changing while we're living in time. And it's funny. It's almost funny in its own way. Generations will change, and you'll get older folks talking about, oh, it was, I remember back in my time, and this and that. And now we're looking back at time, and we're like, yo, it's bad, bro. What you talk about, look at back at your time? I'm looking back. It was rough. No wonder they say we got it easy these days. Funny thing is that they say that, but like we're all still human. Nobody learns how to actually teach mental health through generations. The only thing that got better through generations was technology and things around us. As humans, the only evolution within a human is what's passed down to your environment, who how you were brought up. The evolution beyond that is what's around you and how you're able to utilize a lot more than what back in the day they were capable of. But they still built the pyramids though. We can't build that though. We can't do it the way they did supposedly. How? No scientist, but how? Tell me, Janet, because I want to know. Someone find Janet. She has the answers. Janet. But also, like you said, so many distractions and avenues of stuff for entertainment. Here's the thing: is that like distraction is distraction and entertainment. Like having entertainment is not is not a distraction. But when you're living life and feel like because you missed an entertainment thing like TV, for example, once again, you're not missing out on your whole life. Like, you can afford a moment, a day without that and just interact more with a human, maybe, or yourself. I don't know, like, but then, I mean, but I'm giving an example of TV. That, that's like such a minuscule thing of so broad. But I guess, we use a lot of things for escape too. Even myself, everybody has their own escape. We can go on and on with like that type of conversation. I don't really know what to think. Some people think aliens built the pyramids. I don't know what to think either, bro. I think we can do it. I just think they like to keep this mystery. I think if they wanted to, I think we'd be alright. I think we could do it if they wanted to. They're damn near building so much stuff right now. I thought they wanted to. They wanted to, but nobody wants to build a pyramid. So nobody's really focused on the. I don't. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just speaking. I don't have the facts here, y'all. This is not a fact check thought. Just so y'all know, these are not fact checked. Um, but then again, why are we worried about building the pyramids, bro? Like, uh, that's my thing too. Is like, the past is the past, and there's things we can learn from the past, and there's things that is just irrelevant, bro. Like, I don't know the relevance of if they're able to figure out align the stars and things like that. I don't know, bro. But yeah, it's not gonna better me in my personal life. That's all I know. That's all I know. We built on Memphis TV in Vegas, but they won't last 1,000 years. Listen, us humans built this world, and we are also eventually gonna take ourselves out. I just won't be here when that happens. I don't think the next generation will be either. But we don't know though. Like they didn't know the dinosaurs and everything else was gonna happen at that time, bro. Like, but maybe we do. This is not fact checked. This is just raw. Welcome to the non-fact show. But whatever comes to your head, you just say it. But make sure you say no fact check. I don't know if they do that out there. There's a show like that. Imagine the No Fact podcast. I mean, they technically already have magazines like that. What's that? The gossip ones where they just make up stories. I don't even know how you create such a business like that. But I can't even believe it has such a thing. But it's the same concept actually. Now that I think of it, this is the No Fact show, and I like it. Some star could be a yeah. It could be. Could be. You're fine. Engage. Other people can answer as well, and you know, maybe somebody in here actually has the answers. Like, you never know. Elon could pop in here and let me know. What's up? What's up, Elon? A little blue. And don't apologize. You weren't rambling about nothing. I enjoy the conversation. Every time. That's with everybody, guys. I invite everybody to engage with each other, get to know each other, whatever, you know? Whatever you guys want to talk about within reason. As long as y'all stay positive. But hey, I think, you know what I'm saying, the whole point of this live study is maybe somebody will come in here and then they start an argument and, you know, because indifference. And that would be the art of human interaction. I feel like it's just what it is. We don't invite it. I'm just saying. That's just, you know, the art of life. Was it the art or was it a thought? How did the argument come about? That's more intriguing than the argument itself. Especially when online. No problem. Elon don't know. He's just... That was me quoting off of the screen. You know, just saying. I just want to make that clear, Elon. Because I do like Elon, man. I like Elon. Like Elon. As far as, you know, I think it takes courage to have Asperger's, or that's what he has, right? And then I don't know, just have his interviews and be comfortable. I think people have the idea that if they make it to Mars first, that they can claim it or something. But that idea is kind of ridiculous, but I know they intend to mine on Mars. Huh. For rare elements. Yeah, they're doing a lot of things. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what I agree with or don't agree with. I just hope that everything that's being done doesn't come back to hurt Earth. That's all. Yeah, that's one thing in here, guys. Don't ever apologize for who you are. Like, ain't nobody to apologize to. I'm not God. I'm just thinking about it. Don't ever apologize for your thought. Unless, you know what I'm saying, unless you really need to apologize. Like, you call somebody out and you're like, oh, I apologize for that. But don't apologize for your thoughts. And what you're speaking about in the chat as far as, you know what I'm saying, what you want to speak about and engage in with others. Or as long as it's positive. If it's weird, I'm just not going to say nothing. But I know they intend to on Mars. Yeah, it's a, you know, welcome to the Soul Show, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this live art show, this live art session, rather. I don't know why I just said show. Look, when it's a show character, if you're not already, consider subscribing so you can continue to experience a living artist journey. I do appreciate everybody. Subscribing is truly one of the things you can do to support an artist on YouTube, or I was gonna say something else, but can only be done on YouTube. Can't subscribe anywhere else, guys. So I appreciate you. If you are an artist as well, if you've popped in here or you're popping in who's an artist, you want to share your art with other community members, you can on my community page as well. Let's keep it positive. You can put whatever art you want up there. Keep it PG, though. You can create whatever art you want, but you can't post that type of stuff on here because YouTube don't allow it. And this ain't that. Love you guys. We're working on this piece over here. Whole lot of heads. Whole lot of, I don't know, sculpty for whatever you want to call it. That's how I see people. As an artist, I do question why and how you become or do what you do at a state where you feel comfortable with destruction. It really all comes out to perspective at that point. Like I said, I mean, for me, it is creating the light through the dark. That's just the realities. It sounds cliche, but that's just what it is. You know, the goal of me is not to dwell in whatever I'm feeling. That's not the goal, even if it's happening within the present moment, because I'm trying to figure things out. So yeah, I mean, the goal is always try to get to that light. Even if I'm not feeling the light in the present moment, it's me trying to affirm it as well. It's not always a depiction of perfection or leading the way or being the leader in something that I'm still trying to figure out along the way. While others can, you know, help along that journey. You never know. It's all perspective for me. Perspective helps me a lot during times of just feeling off. If you're left-handed, you have more activity on the right. Some people. The right side of the brain is more associated with creativity. So interesting. I'm right-handed. Evolves your brain or creates more activity in your brain? Do you think creating art evolves your brain or creates more activity in your brain? No. That's actually I can go into the psychology of that. Do you think creating art evolved? Yeah. I think art evolves. Art is going to evolve an artist's brain in the sense of vision wise, but I don't think it would evolve you as a human being unless you're conscious of wanting to evolve within whatever areas you want, and if you're utilizing that as that avenue to get there. For me, that's how I utilize art, my spiritual journey. So I don't think it evolves. Like, explain what you mean by evolves your brain. How? Because it could be evolving in growth. It could be evolving in your style, and then create more activity in your brain. No, I don't think art creates more activity in your brain. If you're an artist, your brain is already more active than most individuals. You're already looking at the world in a different light, but you can diminish in your brain by diminishing, those thoughts, because maybe somebody in your life said art is not important, so now you've shifted that mindset, but it's still in you. The activity too, I don't it's not the art too. Some people have ADHD and ADD, and that shows in their art. And it just happens that I think a lot of artists have more, like, have I don't want to put that label because those are big labels, but artists have more of a flow about them to me. Like, so I think that is just a natural ability. I don't think the art creates that, because so many artists have artist blocks too. And so if the art creates activity and you have artist blocks, then the art can't truly be a point of creating activity on the spot when you want it. So I don't think it will be a factor. I think if you're already an artist, your brain is already more active than somebody else. Is learning how to balance that. It's a balancing act. I made a digital painting, possibly a physical painting as well, based off of that. That's funny. I just remembered now. Our OCD or suffer from some kind of mental stuff can be visible in the artwork. So I have my thoughts on that. I don't want to yeah. I have my thoughts on that. I don't believe every artist is going through depression, anxiety. I think that's a common thought. That's a common thing that people want to believe. But as I'm getting older, I realize it could be a disrespect to artists who are not going through those emotions from from experience, and just me getting older, in the sense of we shouldn't put labels on something that in reality not everybody is that. Like, we shouldn't say to be an artist you should suffer. I mean, do I believe every so do if you want to be an artist in a profession, do I believe you need to suffer in some type of way? Yeah, but I think suffering is a strong word, and a better word is really just certain sacrifices, just like anything else you would do in life. So, do I believe though that You know, there's obviously a lot of artists who utilize their art through the depression and anxiety. I could say that, but I can't say that most artists are that way because I don't know. You want to know my honest truth though? I think more people um well, nah, let me not get into that. Do you think artists have more empathy or more? No, I don't think being an artist has anything to do with character. No, not saying all artists have stuff mentally wrong, but a lot do. Yeah, but that's like saying humans deal with anxieties, but not all humans do. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just for me, it's just one of those obvious facts. You're gonna find an artist who's going through depression because there's millions of artists out here. So like, you can always make that comparison, but like in reality, it's one of those obviouses. Like, it's one of those like, obviously you're going to find that because there's so many people in the world, but as a majority, I wouldn't say that because you have graphic designers who, are everywhere. You have people in corporate worlds who are artists creating for our daily packaging all day, and you have to think, like, at some point, like, if you really had true, you know what I'm saying, if you were really dealing with debilitating things, you wouldn't even, a lot of times you wouldn't even be able to, function in these certain areas or whatever. So I don't know. I think it goes deeper into that, and then to your why and this and that. Um, but I do see what you're saying though. Like, I think artists have more ability to feel, and like I said, if they wanted to, because I don't think art has to do anything with character. Like, now, you could have the artist who's rebellious, the artist who, like, doesn't you like, the kind artist, I don't know, the happy artist. You have the Bob Ross, like, I don't, that's just like my belief. I don't think it has anything to do with character. You can have an asshole be an artist. Like, don't put any artist on no pedestal because they're an artist. Like, you can still be a like a dickhead. Like, just because you make great art don't mean, what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, you're a human being. Like, it's just like music artists, and mentioned music because music has always been my first love. But you're always gonna have artists. That's why they say you don't want to meet your idol, because a lot of times they let you down because you put them on this pedestal, not realizing that they're human still. Yeah, yeah, definitely exceptions and differences for sure. Yeah, there's definitely 100%. But I love that conversation though, because there is, like, at the end of the day, there is a lot of relatability anyway within what you said. I just don't like to characterize everybody as one thing, and that's a good topic though. That's a good topic to go into depth with, like, other areas, uh, other areas of an artist and thoughts, and shoot, I can go on, but who knows when the time is right. Right? I had this thought, right? But I'm not gonna even. You create art, right? You create something, right? Um, how do you create your worth through your art? Like, is your worth? I always think of that for myself as an artist. We're definitely gonna go into that type of subject one day. Picasso, Dali, and that interaction is your perception of them. But we all have flaws. Yup. And you could meet someone on a bad day. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I'm human, and you know, I've tend to do that too, and I guess I still could, do that in a way, but I don't know. I try to maneuver in ways where I'm not like, what's it called, perceiving somebody as something. Because at the end of the day, like I tell people, bro, you don't know what somebody's going through. At the end of the day, like if you're outside and you're walking and you walk through a door and somebody says move out the way, like at the end of the day, should that really ruin your whole day? And you know what I'm saying, like that, you don't know what that person just went through, bro. He could have just lost his mom, and that got nothing to do with you. He's trying to go like to where he needs to go, and I used to be the worst. Like, and sometimes you still go through those times where you snap, and then you're like, oh, let me snap back. Like, my bad. Like, you know what? I don't know what that person's going through, and I'm getting mad, upset for no reason. Like, and that ruins your mentality. At that moment that you're getting mad, you already shifted your mind to a different state than what you were in at that moment, because you were focused on somebody else's actions that got nothing to do with you and what you're gonna do later on in your life. So I always, even if I have those thoughts, I always try to snap back from it anyway. Because at the end of the day, if you're not realizing that, then and you know what I'm saying, ruining your whole day, or just, you know, even judging somebody takes work, bro, off of interactions and things like that. Like, call it for what it is. Like, if you don't you know what I'm saying, like if you don't feel somebody's vibe, like if I don't feel, but it's like, but I like what you said though. It's all just so perception, and I feel like they did, and the celebrities have. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, definitely did. I don't know. I People just like, in general, people just like to judge mental health in general, no matter who you are, like celebrity or not. And again, mental health is broad. Mental health, everybody is always consciously or unconsciously affecting their own mental health positively or negatively, whether they're recognizing it as that or not. Now, mental illness is a whole different thing. If you're dealing with, mental illnesses, mental disabilities, things that are debilitating, certain aspects of your daily life, you're not broken. You're just dealing with something that you were given, and you have, you're maneuvering life in a different way. I'm glad that mental health is so aware nowadays, but everybody's confusing mental health with mental illness. Some people preaching their mental health don't realize that actually I might have a mental illness, that I need to work on my mental health to balance that mental illness that I'm unconscious or unaware of. Because once you put a label on a mental health aspect that's debilitating, it becomes real. I think that's the next stage of of what's it called, of mental health awareness. The behind the scenes. We're gonna finish off this piece for the live with some purple, baby blue, and orange shapes. We're gonna extract them from the piece itself to bring out those pieces, those puzzle pieces, those souls, those puzzle pieces of our life that we're searching for, the conversations of this live, the conversations to come. If you enjoyed this live, you enjoyed this piece, any of these pieces here, if you connect with any of them, let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you can continue to experience a living artist journey. For this series here, with these three pieces, I kept the same color palette, same thought, but expanded that thought into 3 pieces at the same time. To show that a human experience is more than just one feeling, one experience. It's multiple experiences. Sometimes it takes weeks, it takes years, it takes months to get through something, to figure out something. So for me, it's just a reminder that when I'm working through something, I know that it doesn't end here. It continues. Let me know if you connect with any of these pieces in the chat. I'd love to hear your thoughts, if they evoke any emotions. Appreciate everybody who tuned in, who's going to tune in. Always a pleasure to see you create art, and I love your artwork. Each live has a different story. Thank you so much, Paradox. I appreciate you tuning in and appreciating the art. Thank you for the conversation as well. And engaging in this live study and being a part of history.